I would have to say God is good because he is good. And I'm Jimmy Hill on the part of Jimmy Atchison. On January 22nd, 2019, my son was unarmed and surrendered, and he was shot and killed by former Atlanta police officer Son Kim on the assumption of a bogus armed robbery warrant in which a witness came forward and stated that there was no gun nor an armed robbery. People don't understand what police brutality does to the family. In the past 2 years, we lost my son's grandmother. It was a very close-knit family. She to a broken heart. We lost his uncle to a broken heart. And we lost his mother. We laid his mother to rest May 19th of last year from a broken heart while in this fight. And it's like we're on the island by ourselves because here we are, the birthplace of Dr. Martin Luther King, creator of the civil rights movement, the blackest city in America. And it's hard to get support. It's hard to get support from black pastors. It's hard to get support from black organizations. It's hard to get support from black entertainment. It's hard to get support from blacks overall, period. And all we ever ask for is fairness and justice.
It was important for us at Southern Center to ensure that when people are telling the story about Atlanta and policing, that it actually reflects the experiences of the people. One thing that we notice when we travel all over is that people seem to think that Atlanta has it all together. We have all the black people, we got all the Bentleys, right? We have all of this supposed wealth, and not that we have the largest wealth gap in the country, not that we're in the most surveilled city in the country, not that we have more people under correctional control than any other state in the United States, not that we're like fourth for the number of people who are actually incarcerated, not that our jails have rampant human rights violations at the hands of black people, right? The story that they tell is that we are led by visionaries and that we are happy, and to the extent that there are things we could do better, at least we're doing better than the rest of the country, and the data just doesn't support that.
The idea is to create a platform that will be permanent. So the goal is to create something that will be long-lasting, that will outlive all of us, and that will be a asset, right? So not only are we going to be able to speak to the UN, but probably even more importantly, we're going to be able to speak to each other.
I believe the Southern Center for Human Rights is validly attacking these issues. And I think if everybody gets behind this program, gets more information, that changes can be made and a difference can occur.
The entire point of this project is to address the rise in police violence in the city of Atlanta. Phase 1 of the project is a really hyper-local phase. It involved us going to each of the 6 policing zones and presenting data and narrative to neighborhood citizens to reset the narrative about what policing and policing violence look like in the city of Atlanta. Phase 2 was focused on bringing people together. So now that we have kind of empowered you and educated you with a new set of information, we want for you to have this conversation with people who don't necessarily come from the same part of town that you come from. We want to bring citizens together because that sets us up for phase 3. And this is the important phase. This is where we have citizens who have been educated and empowered with information. They have gone through the process of being brought together with neighbors from different parts of the city who may have different socioeconomic backgrounds or races or any number of factors. And we're bringing all these people together, gathering their input and opinion about a set of policy recommendations. And this symposium is a stakeholder symposium. It is the citizens' opportunity to speak to the elected officials and tell them, now that I know better, this is what I want to see in terms of police reform in the city of Atlanta. If you feel that you are being over-policed and you feel that your communities are still not safe, then it's time to hit the reset button. And this conversation, this symposium, is the rare opportunity to get in front of lawmakers and tell them that you mean it.